see the whole world shaking, and you feel your heart is breaking. Take my hand, no hesitating. Oh, when you're just so tired of trying, all alone you feel like hiding. Together we'll keep fighting. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feel this, we'll take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Can you see the sun is shining like a new hope? Feel it rising, coming over the horizon. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feel this, we'll take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. There's no stopping.
Good evening. Okay, it's Saturday evening, January 15th. If you look around, my Christmas decorations are actually down. I just have some white lights going around, just a little below the my little poster. I do have a couple of multicolored lights, but that's it. So, but the tree's down. All the little frizzy decorations around. But most of it's been up since like the second week of November, so I figured like 2 full months of celebrating Christmas is probably enough. Okay, and now we have to get ready for, well, even before Easter we have Valentine's Day and St. Patty's Day, so we have other things coming up. But I just hope everybody has had a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I really do. Especially with the times that we're going through right now. It's a little tough. And so I hope you spend time with family and friends and we're safe and so forth and so forth. Okay? So let me put in my little introduction and we'll go right into the material. So today we're going to discuss and the article on my blog actually just has the two tips. I'm going to add in something else because I'm going to show you some current articles about the mortgage rates, and they definitely are going up. And I'm going to show you an article from the Wall Street Journal, but today, actually from Barron's, which is like a branch of Wall Street Journal, had another article about the increase in rates, and we're no longer back at these low interest rates. We're past it. I mean, it's not gigantic, right? It's not like 5% to 6%, but they're moving up. And every eighth point that goes up, especially if you're buying an expensive home, that's quite a big difference in your monthly payment. So that's very important. So, and again, I talked about this last week. I'm going to start converting some of my, I think I'm going to do all of my live stream podcasts and turn them into just an audio podcast. I did one already a couple of months back. It's not that difficult, but I wanted to be a little more abbreviated when you listen to it on just with earphones. Okay, you don't see me and the antics that I do, so it won't make sense when you're just listening to it. So I have to play around on how I'm going to abridge my live stream podcast, but that's one of my goals for 2022, but I want to try to get it done within the next month. Okay. Well, anyway, let me bring up today's PDF file. And we have, and I don't know why this is hanging up here right now. Let's see. I get rid of that. Okay. 2 ways home buyers can win in today's market. And we'll scroll down. Okay. So if your goal is to purchase a home this year, you might be looking for an advantage you can get in today's seller's market. While competition is still fierce for home buyers, but let me add to that, it's not as fierce as it was 7-8 months ago. And it's mostly for properties that are move-in ready. There's nothing else to do. It's just turn the key. There are always ways you can win and secure the home of your dreams, even in the hot market. So the first one that comes up, we talk about it all the time. And the most important thing, where it says act early and save, because we are expecting these rates to go up to maybe around 3.5% by year's end. It's right above 3 right now. So that 0.5% could really be a difference in your monthly mortgage payment, especially if you're getting a more expensive home, $300,000-$400,000. It's going to be a big difference. So it says here, let me get my highlighter, act early and save. The earlier you act this year, the more affordable your purchase would be. That's because experts project mortgage rates will rise as we move deeper into 2022. According to Freddie Mac, the average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is expected to be 3.5% by the year's end. Experts forecast home prices will rise as well. So what it's saying here, don't even wait to spring, okay? If there are homes on the market right now that you would like to see, call your agent like Chris Gangelo, contact me, and we'll make appointments to view them. But the longer you wait, the more it will cost you to buy a home. Instead, act early and purchase your home before rates and prices rise further. Not to mention, the sooner you buy, the sooner you can experience the benefits of continued home price appreciation yourself. So if you buy it now and the home price goes up another 5%, you are capturing that increase in equity. Okay. So it's very important to act now, and we're going to talk about getting pre-approved with the next article I'm going to see. But then it also adds buy now, move later. And what that means is that you could buy now if your seller needs time to sell their own house, all right? Or sometimes you have a situation where the seller is having a home built. I've had that a couple times. And they still need another 2 or 3 months before they could move in. All right. Well, you could purchase it now. And the great thing about it, you become then the owner and landlord. And you could start collecting rent from them. You're just going to make it, at least the price of your mortgage, maybe a little bit higher for incidentals if you had to repair anything. But that's the way to do it. Not every seller will want that. Some sellers will. I want to sell it now. I don't want to hang on for another 2 or 3 months. I don't want to rent it out. I have a home I want to go to. So it's not going to work for every situation, but it will work for some. And you'll ask your buyer's agent, hopefully Chris Gudgelaw, to find out from the listing agent, do they need time before they move out? Okay. And let's move down a little bit more through this. All right. Keep in mind, buy demand like we're seeing today, you'll be competing against other potential home buyers, which means you need to find a way to stand out. One way to accomplish this is to negotiate with sellers and present terms that meet their ideal needs. So Daniel Hell, chief economist for Realtor.com, says, for buyers with more flexible timelines, such as those making a move from a big city, offering a couple extra months on the closing date could sweeten the deal for sellers who need to buy the next home. Okay? Again, it's not going to work for every case, but your agent could find that out for you. So in other words, if you're eager to purchase a home now before it becomes more costly and you don't have to move right away, you could extend the date of your closing and provide the seller with the time they need to find the next home. That's a deal that could benefit both parties, and you could help them stand out from the crowd and help you, the buyer, stand out from the crowd. And of course, we always have this little caveat at the end, which I like. Of course, it's important to work with a real estate professional for expert advice on how to make your best offer. Your trusted advisor knows what's working in your market and what appeal to sellers. All right. All right. So, that's a common theme with realtors and real estate agents. We want you to buy now. We want you to list now. But here it gives a lot of good sense to purchasing now if you can. Because I've seen no reports that say prices will not rise and mortgage rates will not rise as well. They're all expecting that to happen. No one is saying that's not going to happen. Excuse me. And again, if you constantly watch my weekly podcast every Saturdays at 7 p.m., I always throw in that curveball. As long as we get in control of this pandemic, things will move as many economists, bankers, realtors are expecting that home prices will go up and mortgage rates will go up. Okay, unless I'm seeing it in different areas where companies are low stock right now. Went to Harris Teeter. That's our local grocery store for those people who are watching me around the nation or in Europe. And there was a lot of empty shelves. And so I said to one of the workers there, I said, is it because of that major snowstorm we had last week on 995? I said, is things held up because trucks didn't go by? And she said, no, nobody's in the warehouse. So again, this may be a domino effect, and we'll see lumber prices go up. Will be lumber becoming scarce again. If cities decide that they have to go down to full quarantine, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a point where it's going to be you take your chances. All right, if you're not going to be quarantined, you're taking that chance. We'll keep the restaurants and stores open. If you're not quarantined, please wear your mask. I'm beginning to wear my mask no matter what. I've had 2 shots. I've had the booster. But with the numbers of the Omicron or whatever it's called going up, I don't want to catch it. I don't even want to catch it as a mild cold if I could prevent it. Okay? But what happens, and it's so basic science. When this virus hits another host that's not protected, a virus is a living thing, so it's going to do what it can to preserve its own lifespan, right? And so it's going to mutate. And if that happens too much, then we have a brand new variant. Look when we get the flu shot. And probably the people who not getting the vaccine for COVID-19 are probably not getting a flu shot. But every year it's different. It's not the same shot because the flu virus, it's different each year. It mutates, right? And the same thing that's going with COVID-19. And the more people it latches onto who aren't vaccinated, it's going to begin to mutate again, and the new strain comes about. It's so basic, like even the comedians that I like, they're making fun of the CDC, but it's such a basic thing. All right. So if you don't want to get a vaccine, there's a good chance you could get very, very sick. All right. And there's a good chance you could help spread it to others who are even vaccinated, but they'll probably get a mild one. But nobody wants it even as a mild version. All right. But we're not going to go back to a real normal until we get this under control. It's quite evident wherever you look. All right. When you look at the supply chains, all right. If you're looking at warehouses, all right. If you're looking at truckers, okay. We're not going to get back to normal until we get this under control. Okay. Okay, that's enough preaching from me today. Okay. Let me go back to my graphics. So I wanted to add this. Then bring this back up here. And I got to move this down over here. All right. So I added this. And actually today, I got a really good deal on Barron's, which it's a branch of the Wall Street Journal, and they're more about prices of stock, but they have also good articles about the economy. And they also reiterated this. Mortgage rates jumped to highest level since March of 2020. And I think the one today, I didn't copy it, but it says that those low rates of 2021 are definitely gone. All right. And again, that will happen as long as we get under control. Now, you would say, hey, I don't want rates to go up. All right. And if we fall back and we go back another 8 or 9 months into this pandemic, it may go back down again just to get the economy moving. But if we get it under control, mortgage rates will go up. And there has to be a little bit of increase in interest rates, whether it's mortgages or consumer loans or credit card rates, because now we're getting into this very dangerous area of inflation. Now, a lot of it is based upon the demand and supply. So, as stated before, we have a lot of empty shelves in the grocery store, in the hardware store. If you're buying lumber, it's going back down again. And when this goes down, we have inflation. Now, I don't know if raising the rates will solve that, But if we go back into a normalcy and people are working full time and everybody's at the warehouse and everybody's at the mills and rates are still high, then the increase in these interest rates, again, if it's either mortgage or credit cards or loans, will help to put a rein on the economy. Now, you have to take everything into stride. You got to compare it to the big picture. So you might not want higher rates when you need to purchase and borrow money. But if you have to hold back, bacon now is like $7.99 a pound. If you want to try to get it back down, we may have to do this. So again, and as I say to all my clients, and that's the biggest hurdle that I have to go through with my buying clients, they always put this off. It's that they say, I'm going to look at some homes first, and then I'll speak to a mortgage loan officer. And it doesn't work. I found out that the people who think their credit is good, their credit is bad. And when they think their credit is bad, it's actually not too bad. It's funny how that works out that way, but it does. So the point is, you don't want to wait till you see that dream home and say, oh my God, that's it. I want this house really bad. Now you go to be pre-qualified and you find out you need about another 3 months to bring up your credit score. You don't want to find that out then. You want to find that out now. All right. So you have time to work on it. And it saves you money. I should say it saves you time, because we're not going out and looking at a bunch of homes that actually you're not going to be able to purchase. And it saves me time too. I mean, I will work with you once you pre-qualify. I will bend over backwards. But if you need time to raise your credit score, and I will help you, and I will get you the loan officers that could help you the most. And I'm coming across some credit repair people that I just want to check out, and I will help you. I'm not going to leave you. But we really can't start working until you got that credit score up to the point where the loan officer could write you that pre-qualification letter. Okay? It's just the way it is. So don't wait. Get it done now. And that's the biggest hurdle. Then after that, it's just finding the right home for you, negotiating. I mean, it's still a lot of work to do, but the first one is to make sure that you're able to get pre-qualified, and then it's just finding the right home. Okay, so we're at 20 minutes and 13 seconds. So I just want to show you. Let's get rid of this. And this is my website here. I work with people who do a lot of live streaming, and we sometimes forget. We get so excited that we're doing this for a business, right? It's nice talking to everybody, joking around, but it's to get a business. So if you're ready to buy, or even if you're ready to sell, go to realestatewithmrg.com, and you could either search all of Hampton Roads for your home, or if you're thinking about selling your house, you could go, and let me see if I can get that screen up here, because I'm trying to do two things at once. Let's see, let me go to here, and here, I think that's it. I'm going to share that, and let me go back here, and hang in there. Okay, I think I messed up. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm having a little technical difficulties. All right, this is my website here. And again, you could search for homes here. And actually, once you search it, you click on that. You could put in the basic information, but once you get past that, you could really fine tune it. You could enter more fields. of what you want. Or if we click on what's my home worth, and I got to go to that, and let's see. You go to here and you enter your home address, and it will give you a basic CMA meaning a comparative market analysis on your home. But I will get an alert that you did that, and then I will fine tune it. All right, because this is like a computer spewed out one. So it's not going to take account in homes that or comps that may be more updated than your house that you have in question, or may not be as updated. All right, so it really has to be fine-tuned. It becomes more, I'm going to say, like a very special word here, subjective. Okay, because then a human has to go and really look at the interior of the homes to see if they are truly comps. All right. So you could go there and you could do both. You could register on my website and I will help you. All right. So love to do that. Okay. And I think I hear from my my producer, William, that we have a special guest in the audience. So let me get him up here.
Yes. Great news. We have a celebrity in the audience. He is an American film director, producer, and screenwriter. He is the recipient of many accolades, including 9 Academy Award nominations for Best Director, 4 British Academy Film Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, and 2 Directors Guild of America Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Martin Scorsese.
That was great that he stopped by, and I thank him. He's one of my favorite directors, and I'm glad he stopped by. All right, so I always end with saying the greatest power and the greatest gift is each other. Monday, well, actually, today is Martin Luther King's birthday, but we're going to celebrate it on Monday. And I'm going to repeat one of his quotes to end today's podcast. And he said, I decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. And personally, I try to live my life by that quote. Okay. And with the times that we're dealing with right now, just please be kind to each other. All right. Take time to listen. If you don't agree, you don't have to be disagreeable. So with that, enjoy the holiday weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.